So, that's enough of that. You know, recently, I've added to my collection of bands on my wrist this energy band thing. It's supposed to do a thing, but I don't know what exactly. It's really abstract, and it didn't really make it clear on the box in which it came, but, you know, I'm wearing it just for the hell of it to add to the band collection, so that makes me look like a proper YouTuber in some sort of way. But, you know, it smells nice, so that's something. Ambrosia. Now, I've not got much to say today, other than to say that I'm starting a thing on my channel, a newish thing, which is, well, people of multiple numbers have over the years told me many times that I should be doing review videos of things, and it's only now occurred to me to actually probably do something with that. And so, I'm starting 2 new strands of review shows. One of them is a review show dedicated to films, and maybe at some point TV shows, don't know yet. And this strand is going to be called You Should Be Watching. And then the other strand will be dedicated to books and stuff, and imaginatively enough, that strand is going to be called You Should Be Reading. So yes, I'll be starting that soon, sometime after I do the gathering video for when I went to the Cardiff Booktuber gathering thing, like I said that I was doing on the 25th of January, and I did go, and yes, I'm still editing that because, you know, I have over 2 hours worth of footage, of course, because it's me, and so I need to edit that down. But, you know, after that, then the review show will begin, and hopefully people will like it. We'll see how it goes. And this gathering thing ties in with this review show thing, because the book reviewing section You Should Be Reading, that can tie in with the books that I collated at the Booktuber meetup, because I collated 6 books in total, 3 of which I actually bought for £1 each, because I'm cheap. Also, I didn't have much money, henceforth why I'm cheap. The ones that I bought were 25th Hour by David Benioff, who would later go on to co-create the Game of Thrones TV show, and this book would later go on to be made into a film by Spike Lee and starring a whole bunch of people. You can look it up online. It's a very good film, I recommend it, and now I'm reading the book of it, and yes. Also, film-wise and book-wise, I got Drive as well, because it was a book before it was a film, and this was £1, and that was good value, and Mr. Be Gone by Clive Barker. Fun fact, I started reading this many years ago. I got it as a library book, and it was a hardback edition, and I got it mainly based on the cover and what it sounds like. It has one of the most arresting openings to a book that I've ever read ever, because the very first words in the book are, "Burn this book." And then it goes on in that vein, and it's just basically many pages spent dissuading you from actually reading the book, which then just kind of, you know, makes you more curious to read the book, and it plays very well into your reader's mind, subconscious type thing. It knows what it's doing with the way that it sucks you into it. And so I'm going to finish reading it now that I own it and stuff, yes. And then the ones that I didn't buy were these 2 ARC books, whatever they are. I know they're uncorrected book-proof copy things, but I didn't know they were called ARC books, so that's a new term for me to grapple with. But these 2 books, which are uncorrected book-proof copy things, this Karen Fossum's Broken, which kind of sounds like a very, very, very dark version of that film Stranger Than Fiction, starring Will Ferrell and Emma Thompson, which I still haven't seen, want to, but still haven't seen. And this book, Risk, The Science and Politics of Fear. And finally, American Gods by Neil Gaiman, which, yes, is a very beat up and roughed up copy with pages coming loose and all that kind of stuff, but, you know, I don't mind that because, you know, that in the end, the text is the text, and I really want to read the text, especially because they're making a TV show of it now on HBO, and it's going to span multiple seasons out of just the one book, so, yes, I'm 60-something pages into it now, and I could see how the first chapter could be made into an episode of the show, but then there's a sex scene thing that happens, and it's a very weird sex scene. I mean, it's HBO, they're no strangers to nudity whatsoever, but I don't know how they're going to pull off what happens in this particular sex scene that happens in this, because it's very peculiar, we'll say. You'll see if you read the book. And yes. Isn't it weird how I end so many sentences now with just saying the word yes? I don't know why I've started doing that now. It's almost as bad as whenever I was ending all my sentences with the words and stuff. Boy, that wasn't that annoying. Even though I still do it, so I don't know why I'm saying I used to do it, but yes. See, I did it again. So in conclusion, I'm doing 2 review show things. I went to a gathering, I'm editing that video will be up soon, and reviews might be made of these books and stuff in the future, and yeah, that is pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say. Like I said, not much, but it's updates and that sort of thing. Also, I'm watching a lot of Nostalgia Critic videos. Hopefully he won't be too much of an influence on my style. Probably will be. It can't really be helped. Osmosis of the brain. So, okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. So let me get this straight. I'm doing a movie review show called You Should Be Watching. I'm also doing a book review show called You Should Be Reading. Well, that can only mean that I'm eventually going to have to do a 3rd review show where I review episodes of Strictly at the end of every year, and that can only mean that that show is going to be called